Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on what time it is when you decided to watch this video. I'd like to thank you for joining me on this beautiful day. And Happy New Year. Welcome to 2019. We made it, baby. We're here for another one, another 365 to try to keep it live. Many who have been on this life's journey with us not have the luxury of spending this next year with us. So I am going to be grateful. I'm going to be gracious. I'm going to remain humble, and I'm going to continue to serve. I truly believe that we all have a responsibility and an obligation to be servants. And each day that I'm fortunate to be here with you, I'm going to use that in some capacity to help better others. I honestly feel that that is my calling. It's my passion. It's where I've been deemed most effective. I just can't imagine going through life doing anything different. You know, all of my walks of life, I serve. I mean, I mentor, I coach, I teach. I write, I entertain, I host. Some capacity of being there to be an inspiration to somebody else is what I plan to continue doing for as long as I'm a professional. Speaking of professional, that moves us to the purpose of this video. This is a reintroduction to NOYA Inspired. NOYA Inspired is a motivational speaking company and life coaching, and yours truly is the owner and founder. And those of you who follow me on social media or who have been around and have seen the hashtag NOYA and seen that I've spoke on this particular topic often, it stands for nobody owes you anything. Where did that come from? I know that most of us, you look at that and you say, yeah, I mean, that's pretty clear. That's pretty obvious. Or then others will say, well, no, if my mother brought me into this world, she owes me this and this. And there's no right, wrong, or indifferent in terms of how you may look at that from your perspective or vantage point. However, what it did for me is it became a mentality. It became how I viewed everything around me. Because what happened to me is I went through a stage a couple years ago where I was going through like a woe is me type of crisis. You look at your life, you look back on things you've achieved, and you compare yourself. That was one of the worst things I could do. You're looking at, well, I did things pretty much the right way. Obviously I've made mistakes, bumped my head, done things that are unjustifiable. But for the most part, I said, you know what, I did pretty well in school. I went to college and graduated 3 times. I've stayed out of prison. I don't do drugs. I don't sell drugs. I'm a black male trying to come back home and work in the capacity of serving. And things just weren't happening. Opportunities just weren't there. Doors were being closed. I was being told no. And it could have been my personality, or it could be who I know or who I dated, or, it could be a number of things, but I allowed myself to crawl into a deep depression, feeling like I was letting myself down, letting my mother and grandmother down, my children down, my wife down. It was just some deep rooted depression. And I had to figure out how I was going to get out of that, because ultimately I was placing that power in the hands of other people. I thought they owed me something. It was almost like a sense of entitlement. Like, look, if I do X, Y, Z, I'm supposed to be on the A team. So why am I not on the A team? Or why am I not even on the B team? So again, I had to come out of that. And ultimately, the nobody owes you anything became my mantra and became my mentality. Now it went from a slogan to a hashtag to the name of a book to a movement, and now it's a professional business. So as an educator and as a coach, and a person who loves to talk, and a person who loves to serve, and a person who loves to inspire, it's like, how do I take all these things that I like and these things that I'm good at and this passion that I have and the things that I get the most compliments about in terms of effectiveness, how can I turn this into something, what adjective am I looking for? Something extravagant, something great, something that could become a legacy and an empire. And this is what I came up with. So I plan on starting now, hitting the road frequently, speaking in the name of NOYA Inspired, serving in capacities such as entering the public schools and speaking to sports teams, speaking at correctional facilities, speaking at group homes, or just anywhere where, you're talking individuals and families. You're talking about small groups or keynote speaking to a graduation class. There are opportunities there in all walks and all forms. First generation college students, non-traditional college students, just anyone who can use an extra jolt of energy, a nudge to help them take flight so you can soar with the eagles and from which you belong with. You may have obstacles and you may have struggles, and it's okay to find out that, they're a part of life, and there are other people who have experienced these things and who can help walk beside you and tell you about how to overcome. And I won't dare pretend to have every answer. However, I've had experiences, education, and observation that have taught me some valuable lessons. And who am I to keep those things to myself when I'm passionate about serving other people? So that was the foundation from which this was all created. Again, the first book, 7 short stories, Nobody Owes You Anything, autobiographical. This is kind of like my resume. This is kind of like an interview. I can send you one of these if you want to book my services, and you could just go through this and know if this is somebody that we'd like to bring in and be a part of any type of inspiration that we're seeking. I've had good reviews. Obviously, I'm a little biased because I am the author. However, what I've learned from other people is, people have been able to pull from this and apply some things to their lives where, they were able to soul search through the eyes of me and what my pen was able to create. So I'm very grateful for that. And thank you for your support, those of you who have been a part of this movement, this journey with me. We have the shirts back here, the Nobody Owes You Anything shirts. And I am, by the way, a certified motivational speaker. So, just to kind of give you an idea that credentials do reside on this side, and this is just not something I pulled out of the atmosphere and decided to create. So again, this is just the introduction, so I won't hold you here, but I will let you know that I'm ready to hit the road. I'm ready to speak. I'm ready to serve. You can book me at 901-338-2153 or via email at noyainspired@gmail.com. That will be noyainspired@gmail.com. I will continue to post videos to give you insight on the progress or the moves that are being made. I would like to stay engaged. Give me any feedback that you need or that you would like. It could be good, bad, or indifferent. I'm a big boy. I can handle constructive criticism, and I can also use the support and encouragement as well. I think that, they go hand in hand. Both of those are things that'll help drive me to become ultimately what I'm supposed to become in this particular space. So thank you. I appreciate it. I look forward to engaging and interacting and partnering with many of you. Share this video. subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you around. Happy New Year once again.